welcome back to another Sims 3 speed build. Today we are working on another lot that will be coming with the download of my custom world, Stone Ridge Valley. So as you can see, we already pretty much started with the ship already, into the world. I even had the steps and a deck already attached. I did that because I wanted to make sure that it was going to be possible for me to do this with the restaurant, because I wasn't too sure, since I've never used this rabbit hole before. I wasn't sure if it would work by putting the deck and everything underneath it, so I did do that as a test prior to recording, but it was pretty much done the same way as I've done everything else. I put the deck down and then I put the boat in place, and pretty much the same way you've seen everything else done with the rabbit holes. So that ship is some kind of diner, restaurant. Like I said, never used it before. I'm going to assume it serves some kind of seafood, I guess. It does come with Barnacle Bay, so if you have that pack, that is the pack that this comes with. And I just thought that it fit this world, I thought, really well. I do have a small backstory that I did put in the restaurant or on the lot. When you download the world, it will have the small backstory, like how the ship got there and everything else. Basically, pretty much saying that it was washed up on the shore here during like high tide or something, like it got in a wreck, hit those rocks, and then it got stuck. And when the tide went away, the ship couldn't go back out to sea because it was stuck on those rocks. So in order for me to do this lot, it was a little bit tricky. I had to do some stuff in the Create a World program, and then I had to do some stuff in the actual game itself. So in order for me to do it, so like the rocks that are off to the side there that are already there with the plants and stuff in the water, those were all done in the Create a World, or the Create a World program. So what I did was, as I was experimenting, I put the boat in and I saved it as a lot. That way I could add it to my world. And then I was able to go into the Create a World program and add all those rocks around the boat. So I knew where to put them. I knew how high to have them. And was able to scope it out and see what it looked like and whether or not I was going to be happy with it. So that's kind of how those rocks got in place. But here we are actually in the game building with it, so we're editing the lot and trying to do it, which it gets tricky because if you notice, I actually have the boat off the lot and on the lot, and that makes it a little bit more tricky, a little bit harder sometimes to try to move the rabbit hole around. So it does get a little bit tricky. That's why you saw me trying to put it down and it wasn't wanting to go in the right spot. It's because I'm using move objects on, and I'm actually placing half of that boat off the lot. So, but it works. There's nothing wrong with the lot. Your sim can go in and go to the restaurant. They come out just fine. They can walk around. Everything works, so you won't have to worry about that. Just be careful if you were to accidentally delete it or move it while you're trying to edit the lot, that it might be a little bit tricky trying to get it back into place. You'll have to make sure you have the move objects cheat on, so otherwise you're not going to be able to. It won't let you. In fact, this lot is actually not wide enough for this ship to set on it completely. I think it'll be long enough to hold the ship, but to position it back into this spot, it is not wide enough to do that. So just pretty much a lot of trial and error here. I was trying to figure out what I wanted, what looked best. What I wanted was for this deck to be able to go around the front of the boat and go around to the back and then have like a sitting area in the back. But I kept running into the problem where you got the bow of the ship. Honestly, I really don't know my ship and boat terminology here. Unfortunately, I've never really been all that interested in boats and stuff. So forgive me if I don't know what anything's called. I just don't. Never really cared. So But anyway, I was running into trouble because according to the game, I was running into an object, so it wasn't wanting me to put the deck down. So I had to keep moving it out of the way and putting more of the deck down so it would, that way the Sims could go around. But yeah, it's pretty much just a lot of messing with this deck and the steps here, trying to get the coloring right. I wanted it to look more like steps that were more like planks, so that's what I kind of chose the style for. And then the roped railing, I thought that was a really nice touch. I think again that that might come from Barnacle Bay. I'm not really too sure. Honestly, I just got Barnacle Bay, I guess, in a way just to kind of have it. It is kind of a useless pack, I guess. I mean, you get the boat, you get this restaurant. I mean, at least you get something out of it. But if it wasn't for the fact that I'm going to have it in this world and I'm using a lot of objects from it and I'm creating this special lot here with the boat, I don't normally, for the most part, I don't really use much out of that pack. So it's not even a pack. It's just kind of like a downloaded extra content thing that you can get from the store. But yeah, I wouldn't really, I don't know. It's really not that good compared to some of the other stuff that you can download from the store. It's really not the best pack or downloadable thing that you could spend your coins on. There's definitely better stuff out there to spend your coins on. And honestly, I really like the furniture, more or less, I guess, the buy mode objects with the store items the best. I think honestly, I've splurged. There's quite a few times where I got the points and I just went in there and just started buying as many of the furniture sets as I could possibly get. The clothing, I don't really care so much if I get the clothing, to be honest. You can get a lot of great clothes and hair and stuff free to download. I do use that as custom content. I don't really do build and buy objects as custom content, but I do the hair and the clothes and the shoes and all the accessories and stuff like that. But yeah, that is kind of all I really get out of the store. I've gotten the worlds, but the furniture, the build or the buy mode stuff, that's more or less what I want. So, but anyway, just trying to figure out the best way to light this lot up, because again, I don't want your Sims to be in the dark, so I'm doing what I can. I believe I'm pretty sure I changed these lights out. I do experiment, I do try, I'm trying to come up with different things. I think this might be the way I end up going. I just kind of move those down, make it look like they're attached. I think that's what I end up choosing. I'm going to say that is what I'm picking just because I'm doing some more on this side, just kind of merging them in. If you're wanting to know what mod I'm using that moves these objects like I'm doing, again, those are all my mods that I use in my game, including for building and stuff like that, is all at my website, www.PolarBearSims.com. Just on the front page there, it has a link under the Sims 3 line, and under the Sims 4 it says all the mods that I use in my game. I do try to keep that updated. If I were to add any new, I do try to go in there and make sure that's all updated for you. But that is a listing of all the mods I use in my game, and believe it or not, my Sims 3 game is extremely heavily modded. So be careful. Just download under your own risk. Your computer may or may not be able to handle that many mods. My gaming computer is pretty powerful, and it does just fine. So just kind of be careful on which ones you download. It'll take you straight to their website, so I hold no rights to any of their mods. It takes you straight to their website where you can download it, and then if you have questions, of course, you'll have to ask them. I wouldn't be able to really answer any questions about them. So, but anyway, back to the build. Just thought I'd let you know where you can go to download any of the mods. That includes the building mods that you see whenever I'm building. So just going through and trying to do a little bit more decorating with the lot. I'm trying to get it to where it at least looks nice, make it look like, you know, the Sims of the town do try to take care of the area and, you know, and try to make it look nice. So, but at the same time, I don't really want this area or this lot to be quite as heavily decorated as some of the other lots, just because to me it feels like it shouldn't be as heavily decorated. So now you'll see that the sidewalk along with the pathway on the lot don't completely line up. I did notice that while I was building and putting in the sidewalks here, that they don't, there's a little bit of a gap in between. I do get that fixed. Once I get the lot completely done and have it the way I want it to be done, the way it, you know, the way I want it to look and everything, I end up putting it down into the world and then went into the Create a World program and did fix those sidewalks. So they're all merged together seamlessly. The gap is gone. And again, you can download this world on my Patreon page. There is a free download for it. All you have to do is be a member on my Patreon. I do post updated versions of it for the members that do pay the monthly subscription. So, but I do eventually make all my uploads will eventually be free. So just go ahead and follow me on there and you'll be notified on when a new version of the world gets updated. I haven't updated it in a while because honestly there hasn't been a lot that's changed. I am slowing down unfortunately on the builds. I'm doing what I can to try to keep up with it, but currently I haven't uploaded a new version of it because frankly I just don't have a new version really to upload. Not a whole lot has been changed. No new lots have been added. So, but I do plan on, I'm not going to abandon this world. I do plan on finishing it. The updates on it just might slow down a little bit just because I'm having a little bit of a hard time keeping up with the schedule. But I am doing the best that I possibly can. So, here is just another section showing where I had to go into the Create a World program to do some of the landscaping edits. We are now coming to the screenshot, so I hope you enjoyed this build. Again, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. Let me know how the world is working for you, and if there's anything that needs to be fixed, I'll definitely get it fixed. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.